Lesson 1.1.1 Understanding Quantities and Their Relationships. In this video, we will determine independent and dependent quantities. In each of the videos that I create, I will always list the Common Core standards. They're there just for reference. You do not need to write them down. Okay, so we're going to start off with some vocabulary. The first thing we have is independent quantity. And an independent quantity is the quantity that the dependent quantity depends upon. Sort of redundant, but that's what that definition is for that. Do make sure you write the definitions down in your notes. Dependent quantity. Dependent quantity is a quantity that depends on another in a problem situation. If at any time I move on and you're not ready, just go back and pause it. All right, determine the independent and dependent quantities in each scenario. Be sure to include the appropriate units of measure for each quantity. Number 1. Garrison completes a dive from a cliff 75 feet above a river. It takes him only 1.5 seconds to hit the water, and then another 0.5 seconds to descend 10 feet into the river. So we need to do the independent quantity for this. So if we look at this, the distance you fall depends on how long you've been falling. So how long is time? So our independent quantity is time. And they are measuring time in seconds. Okay, so our dependent quantity would be the distance we've fallen. So and that is measured in feet. So at this time, I want you to pause the video and I want you to try number 2. And then once you've unpaused the video, then unpause the video when you're done and check to see how you did. So before you pause it, let me go ahead and read number 2, and then when I'm done reading, pause it and try it. 2. Candace is a building manager for the Crawley Enterprise office building. One of her responsibilities is the office building's 200-gallon aquarium. For cleaning, she must remove the fish from the aquarium and drain the water. The water drains at a constant rate of 10 gallons per minute. So go ahead and pause it now and try it on your own. Okay, so now that you've tried it, we have gallons per minute. Anytime you have a rate, it's telling you the quantities that we're working with. So water's draining over time. So again, time is your independent. And this one is measured in minutes. So just remember that if a problem has time in it, that's always going to be the independent because we don't control time. The dependent on this is the water, and it's measured in gallons. And that's how we determine dependent or independent and dependent quantities. Now you'll notice that there are 4 other problems for you to go ahead and practice what we just learned. So I'd like you to do that, and then once you finish those, you can go on to your next set of notes and watch the video and follow the same pattern.